in the high 100s, but not even close to putting up the amount of points that Magic City puts up.
The captains are at center field. We've got 5 players out there for each team. The Magic City Bulls will be on the north sideline. I'm sorry, check that. The south sideline here in the press box side of the stadium. Bradenton Gladiators on the north side, in the side that is closed to grandstand seating for tonight. Again, the captains, all 5 of them out there for both teams. The referees going through their pregame instructions, and we'll get a coin flip here shortly. And when we start off, we'll see a very wet surface here in Daytona Beach. It has been a rainy, cloudy week and had very heavy showers this morning. And now it's raining again after what had been a relatively dry afternoon. Luckily, Billy, we've got a track here that's pretty well conditioned for this.
Yeah, this is a brand new field for Municipal Stadium. Just go ahead and date myself a little bit. When they opened up Municipal Stadium, Larry Kelly Field Municipal Stadium, the first class to play the Spring Jamboree was the class of 1989. Thank you. And that's as far as we'll go with that. But if this were not a synthetic turf field, we more than likely would have pushed this game, I don't even think, to tomorrow. They may have had to look at a Monday day because the grass here would have just been absolutely horrendous.
And it really is a testament to the condition of the field. To look at it, it almost doesn't look like turf. It looks like the most perfectly manicured grass that you've ever seen, which, given all the rain we had the past few days, like you said, it's obvious it would not have looked anything like this today, and we probably wouldn't be here right now.
I spent my morning in Lakeland today, and at Lakeland High School, the home of the Dreadnoughts, they have this exact same field. And Lakeland, the west side of the state, they got pounded early this morning, and it was raining up until the time I left around 2:30. And again, a CFL team was able to hold a tryout with guys running around, no effect on anybody at all. So, again, this is the right surface for this time of the year, especially here for the great state in Central Florida.
We will be kicking off here momentarily. The Bradenton Gladiators set to receive. They will be in the east end zone, and they will go from right to left here at the stadium. The Magic City Bulls will kick off going left to right and defending the west end zone. We'll get our first look here momentarily at the return unit for the Bradenton Gladiators, which has been part of a very consistent defense all around for this team. And let's see, are we ready to kick off? They're trying to get the ball set. The kicker, Leo Zuppo for Magic City, lining it up and ready to go here. And the return man, the leading return man for Bradenton, Craig Carnes, accompanied by Glenn Woods.
A little disappointing that Leo Zuppo is one of the few Magic City Bulls with no nickname. I guess we'll touch on that a little bit later as well.
And I look forward to that. Some of these fellas have put together quite the resume for this game, and that includes some very interesting nicknames in a few cases.
Good for them.
As we call those
Good
names
for them.
out, we will give you those as we call them out. Should be a very fun evening altogether. And let's see, we've got officials still on the field. They're conferring with the coaching staffs, and we're still not ready to go yet.
Well, they can't be talking about field condition. They
Right.
can't be talking about anything other than maybe the type of tee. It's football, so it's the only thing that they could be talking about at this point is the clock. The clock is set. The officials are all in place. So, for all intents and purposes, this may be just a conversation of what are you guys going to do after the game.
The officials are scattered, some of them still in their respective spots to start the game. There are a couple of folks with umbrellas out there as they try to get set to go here. Everybody's in position, though, that's for sure.
I'm absolutely
counting 11 on each side.
I did as well, and I'm actually impressed with the amount of the attendance that's here. I mean, umbrellas are popped up, but
yeah.
It's nice to see that people came out to support both teams. Obviously, neither team made a short trip here, so
Yeah, they were. Bill, good call on that tee. It looks like they have swapped out tees. Or are they going to kick off without a tee? Is that possible here? Because that's what it's looking like.
no. He's the kicker has a tee. It appears that he actually swapped out for a much smaller tee, a shorter in height tee.
Okay. And now it looks like we are going to be ready to go. Off the field, and we are teeing it up here. Again, Leo Zuppa will kick off from the 35-yard line, going left to right, west to east. And back deep to receive will be Carnes and Woods for Bradenton.
What a beautiful night for football.
The kick goes right to the down the middle of the field, fielded at the 10-yard line by someone who is not on my roster.
Number 9, David Brooks.
David Brooks. Okay.
But I heard also, like you, in hesitation, I heard a different name announced for that. So we're going to go off of the rosters that we were given. Hopefully, we're semi-close.
At any rate, it was a little dribbler that went down the field, fielded on the north hash mark, and returned to looks like around the 46-yard line. So not a bad return at all there to start this game for Bradenton. And if our rosters are correct, we'll get our first look at Nicholas Kirby, the quarterback of the Bradenton Gladiators. 51% completion percentage this year, 1,656 yards, 16 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, and we are ready to go. It's a handoff. It goes over the left side, across the 50 to the 40, and Glenn Woods has himself an easy first down and about a 16-yard gain there. And that's the type of momentum you need to start a game. You go right at him, right over that left tackle, and boom.
Right, and the type of play you would expect to see on a night like this. They brought the right guard around, and he sealed the end nicely, and Woods was able to pick up a lot of yards on the first play. So, maybe Bradenton is setting the tone here because both of these defenses have allowed very few points all year long.
We'll get a first down, fresh set of downs at the 40-yard line. Bradenton in business here to start this one. We'll have a fake, and now it goes right up the middle, and he's stopped at the line of scrimmage. And we're going to go with Chris Hall, running back out of Sarasota on that one. Got maybe a yard there.
Listed as 23 on our roster. We'll make that quick change with the blue with the blue ink. And not fooled right there. Fullback dive up the middle. So we may have to rethink some things if we're going to look to run between the tackles.
We'll get a 2nd and 9, 2nd and 8 maybe from the 38-yard line. And we've got a stop of play on the field. And let's see, is it an official's timeout? No, the Magic City Bulls take their first time out of the game. They must have seen something there they weren't quite liking.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure why you would call a timeout on the very first series of the game. It's only the third play that you were about to face in the game, unless there was some misalignment on Magic City's part. It's kind of crazy, for lack of better terms, to call a timeout this early in the game.
They must have been. They must have seen trouble coming there. There was someone that wasn't in the right spot, and they must have been afraid that would be a big play going the other way for them. It's the Alliance Bowl live from Municipal Stadium on a soggy night here on the first Saturday in May. A place both of these teams have been before. The Magic City Bulls looking for their second consecutive championship. Timeout is finished. Looks like we're back and ready to go here. Kirby is under center. 2 backs in the backfield. The handoff. Woods to the 35, and that'll be as far as he gets. A fumble, but it's after the play. Play was dead at the 35-yard line. And that looked a lot like the play they ran on the first play of this game, Billy.
The only difference that time was that it appeared to be a true stretch, and none of the offensive linemen for Bradenton pulled. So it was one of those plays where you hand the ball off and you tell Woods, hey, you got to run to daylight. That time, with nobody pulling, he didn't have the extra blocker, and Magic City was, not this time, buddy.
Woods, 5'7". 155-pound out of Riverview High School, another one of the many local players on these two rosters, and one of the leading rushers for the Bradenton Gladiators. Here we go. Third down from the 35. This one, it's a bad snap, and it's over. No, it was they tried to screen there, Billy. It didn't work. It went right out over the 40-yard line and out of bounds.
Well,
I thought it was a bad snap, but
they were looking to just run a quick bubble screen. The unfortunate thing for them was that was passed backwards and behind the line of scrimmage, so that's going to go as a spot for them. So it's going to be ruled a fumbled out of bounds. They lost quite a few yards on that particular play,
and that will force a punt for the Gladiators. First time of the game. They started out well, but they'll punt, and the kicker is back to the 45-yard line. Good punt. Up and away. It's going to roll. Magic City will field it inside the 10. It's picked up. And we've got daylight here. We've got a big return coming. I'm still looking to see the number on that getaway car. Number 4. And that is Speedy Jones. Well named, Bill Gahagan. He takes it all the way to the house for a Magic City touchdown.
Yeah, Speedy's going to come back and pat a few butts or a few heads on that one, because he picked up a monster block here at the 25, and that sprung him, and he only had one guy to beat, and that was the punter, Philip Chaltis, who, as he was pursuing the play, looked as if he had no intention of doing anything on Speedy.
We're going to call that a 92-yard punt return for a touchdown by Speedy Jones, and just like that, the Bulls strike early, as they've done so frequently this year, and they show you just how dangerous this team can be when they have possession of the football. A 92-yard touchdown return with 11:42 here in the first quarter. Magic City an extra point away from making this a 7-0 game.
Just trying to take a look at some of their special teams statistics, and on kickoff returns.
And in the meantime, Leo Lupo puts it right through the uprights for the Leo Zupo, scratch that. And it is 7-0 here at Municipal Stadium. The Magic City Bulls still haven't touched the football on offense and are out to a very quick lead. If that's how this team's going to play tonight, Bradenton better pack a lunch.
Yeah, and it's going to be kind of boring for the Magic City offense if they're just going to do that on special teams the entire night. But I was looking at their stats of their games reported. This only says that Speedy Jones has 4 returns for 29 whole yards, averaging 7.2 with no touchdowns. So if these numbers are right.
If that's correct, he's just had the best play of his season, and at a very opportune time here in the Alliance Bowl. The league championship, Magic City, has been here a lot in this game, but that was a quick statement strike right there. And now they'll kick off again to Bradenton, just like we did a few minutes ago, only now Bradenton finds themselves in need of some points, in need of a better sustained drive here. The kickoff is a good one. It's inside the 5. Be fielded by Woods. He's taking it right up the middle, and he will be tripped up at the 26-yard line.
Stephen Yellowman Covington out of Miami Central Senior High School on the stop. Nice play. That's twice now, even though the first kick was a low line drive for Magic City, but both times Bradenton has opted to return straight up the gut, and although it wasn't as successful as the first one, they still picked up quite a few yards. So it's a good heads up by the special teams coordinator for Magic City for Bradenton to see that Magic City can be returned against up the middle.
Now, Bill, let's talk about this team. They don't have the same quick strike offense as the Magic City Bulls. They've got a 74 yards for before they can get to the end zone here. They need a long, sustained drive here, I would think. And we've got a flag on the play.
Yeah, just a comparator of the offenses. We were talking about this before the game. Total yardage, though, offensively, they're about the same. But the difference is, again, Magic City, is averaging 46 points a game, where Bradenton is averaging just under 25 at 24.9. So they have the same amount of yardage, but a lot less points are being scored by Bradenton.
We had some movement on the Gladiator line. It appears they're backed up 5 at the 22, we'll call it here, as first down. It's a handoff. It goes over the left tackle. Woods, the ball carrier, gets about 2 yards on the gain. He certainly seems to be the workhorse on this offense so far today, and has been shared time much of the year, but has found his share of success. He's averaging 7.3 yards a carry. Only 2 touchdowns on the season for Woods, but if the Gladiators are going to stay in this one in what could be a track meet with Magic City, he's going to have to be a big part of it.
No doubt, and again, they're establishing the run for no apparent reason early on. I mean, let's go ahead and get it out of the way, but they have to start spreading the ball around if they're going to find the end zone.
Be second down and 12, and someone jumped there. No call. No, there is a flag, yeah. Definitely saw some movement on that line. Were they drawn off is the question. Magic City jumped, but they may have been drawn off.
The thing that you have to remember about this level of football, unlike in high school, where if you cross the plane as the defender, then the play is automatically dead. They're treating this like professional football. Defense jumps, it's going to be a free play.
Yep.
Unfortunately for Bradenton, their free play was a running play. Typically, you see teams have jumped off, right?
And as everyone knew that flag was coming, and everyone kind of stopped and froze up. It looked like there. It is a 5-yard offsides on the defense, so it'll bring it up to the 30 and shorten the field a little bit for Bradenton. They'll need about 7 yards for that first down now. So a 2nd and 7 here at the 30.
Bradenton just runs your typical pro-style offense as well.
This one's a screen pass out to, he's not going to gain much. Woods was there to receive it, picked up maybe 2 yards, Bill. But now that'll bring up 3rd, and they'll need about 5 more.
Actually, the reception was made by Bradenton's number 1, Jeff Charlton. He's the 2nd leading receiver on their team in receptions, but has the most yards and the most yards per catch, and also leads the team with 9 touchdown receptions.
Sorry for that. That was
we need to get windshield wipers.
Yeah,
for up here.
It'll be 3rd down and 5 now. Let's see what Bradenton does. Do they keep it on the ground? Do they try another pass? Charlton in motion, and Kirby's going deep. He's got a man, and it is no good. He had it, but he dropped it. In and out of the hands of, it looks like, Bonshaver Bean. Almost had it, Bill. I thought he had the catch.
And this was a play action off of the play that they ran in the first series that the fumble took place. They brought Charlton in motion. He bubble screened, but they opted to throw a quick slant. The problem was that Bean had no idea that the ball had been thrown. It was a great throw by the quarterback.
And again, you can chalk it up partially to the wet conditions here. Obviously, catching a ball in this weather is not ideal, and that would have been a nice, easy first down had he held on to it. Instead, we'll have a punt. The Bradenton punt will be from the 20. It's not a very good one. It's high and off the right of his foot, and it's going to roll dead at the 40-yard line, and that would be the Bradenton 40-yard line, I should add, not the Magic City 40-yard line.
That ball was punted from the 32-yard line.
Right.
Okay. And it's being spotted at the 30.
It went straight. Did it go to the 30?
Yeah, that's a negative 2-yard punt.
Officially, that will go down as a negative. Now, he was inside the 20 when he actually kicked it.
Right.
It went straight up in the air.
What they're doing is they're angle punting, and they're trying to get the ball out of bounds, out of the hands
of Speedy. They didn't want to go into
Speedy.
Speedy Jones.
Correct. Well,
fair to say
because of the conditions, that ball completely went off the side of Chaltis' foot. That was a minus 2-yard punt.
9:34 here to play in the first quarter. 7-0 Magic City. We'll get our first look at Chico Martinez now for the Bulls, the quarterback of this very prolific offense. It's a handoff. It goes right up the middle, and it is
3D.
Devontae 3D Smith.
Here we
with
go.
The carry.
Yeah.
He gets a couple of yards on that, Bill, but not a whole lot.
As
Maybe
much
a
as I would,
yard.
as much as I would really like to talk about the play, I think that's a great intro to what we can expect to hear from the offensive side of the ball for Magic City. 3D on the carry, not much help up front.
Martinez looking to put it in the air this time, and he had a man open. He was covered, though, at the last second, and Speedy Jones couldn't bring it in.
Well, Speedy's not much of a receiver, but we know that he can return punts. Again, both quarterbacks throwing some really timely passes here, and doing a good job, all things considered, especially the conditions.
Magic City now facing a 3rd and long, but in still remarkably good field position here. If they can advance the ball even a little, a field goal would be a chip shot at this point. Let's see if they can get a little closer, though, here. From the 30-yard line, 29 officially, Martinez in the shotgun, drops back to the 40, scrambling, throwing, has a man, and it's almost intercepted by the Bradenton Gladiators. Let's give a shout-out to Darian Platt on that. He was right there, and again, if that ball wasn't as wet as it probably was, I think Darian Platt's taking that down the sideline and threatening a touchdown.
Yeah, that ball was intended for Florida State University's Jason Hollywood Williams. Williams is the 3rd leading receiver on the team. You know, again, you have to give credit where credit is due. It was a nice pass, but it was Platt that broke on the ball. And you're right. If it's not as wet as it is, he's probably taking that back for a pick 6.
Now, we have an interesting scenario here. Too long for a field goal, too short for a punt, though. So we're going to get a 4th down play. 4th and 9. Martinez gets some room, throwing deep. Got a man in the end zone. Touchdown. Magic City strikes just like that. And let's give a call there to Alden Shade Brown, the receiver out of Bethune-Cookman University right here in Daytona Beach, with the 30-yard touchdown catch.
Mr. Brown is no stranger to Municipal Stadium. This is where the Wildcats play their home games.
And he was virtually uncovered right at the goal line to catch that pass.
Yeah, a little breakdown in the secondary for Bradenton. The quarterback for Magic City stepped up in the pocket and was able to find a wide open receiver.
He scrambled, found a hole, got out of danger, and had plenty of time, plenty of room to make that throw, and it looked perfect. And just like that, Magic City now facing a 2-touchdown lead, or holding a 2-touchdown lead. The extra point attempt from Zupo is up, and it is good. So it'll be a 14-0 lead here at Municipal Stadium in Daytona Beach for the Magic City Bulls. 8:45 to play in the first quarter. It's a good time for us to take a timeout. We'll be right back with you here shortly. We good?
Is it off?
No, actually it's not. Did you hit your mutes? You should, no. Put those back. You should just hit your mutes.
Like that?
No, still got it.
Like that? Like that?
Maybe.
Do you hear anything still?
That's weird. I still have it. Did you hit your mutes?
Yeah. You want them? They have to be up or down?
Well, the lights got to be on, right?
They're all on.
Do you still hear us now?
Yeah.
All the mutes are on, but
Probably down. I don't get it.
no. Well, luckily they're about to kick off, so let's get back on. No long TV timeouts.
Interesting.
Okay. All right, we'll get right back to it. The kickoff here from the 35-yard line. Zupo getting a lot of action so far tonight. It's fielded at the 10-yard line by David Brooks, and he gets a few yards out of it, takes it right up the middle again, Bill, inside the 25-yard line. Just short about we'll call it the 23-yard line. About a 13-yard return there for Brooks.
And Brooks ran into number 3, Anthony Rawls, which negated any type of return.
So Bradenton now with some catching up to do. this one could get out of hand quick with an offense like Magic City has. So Bradenton will have to start putting it together fast on offense because defensively they're already in a hole. And Magic City will keep putting up points if you give them this chance in this game, brother. And this would be a time for a nice long drive. Bradenton will start at the 26. They did get it across the 25. So the 26-yard line is where we'll see Nicholas Kirby and the Gladiator offense set up. The handoff goes to Woods. He jumps over one tackler, dodges off another, brought down by big number 91 for Magic City. Let's see, that was Darnell General McFarland on the tackle, and about a 6-yard pickup, 7-yard pickup for the Gladiator offense, and we're going to see a lot more of Glenn Woods, I think, in this game.
Control room out. That may be why. That probably bypasses what you guys are doing.
Okay.
It's only that fit.
The General's is a small cat. I don't know if you checked out his
just
numbers.
a little bit.
6'5", 315, but
and he that was one tackle that Woods was not going to bounce off of like he did with the one before that. Still a good run. Brings up a 2nd and 4 from the 33-yard line. Kirby going to the air. Got a man open, and it's intercepted. He overthrew him. It's picked off. Number 1, it looks, Darren Black Scorpion Grant with the interception, and he brings it down to the 10-yard line. And now the Magic City Bulls celebrating a bit on the field with that one. That was a sweet-looking play. He overthrew the receiver, Bill, and Grant was waiting right there to take it away.
yeah, suffice it to say that Black Scorpion, who we were looking forward to seeing when we saw the nickname, just right place, right time. High throw, the receiver went up for it. Bad conditions went through the guy's hands, and Darren Grant was able to take it down to the 10-yard line for Magic City. Whether he was forced out or wanted to give the offense an opportunity to get involved in the game some more.
At any case, Magic City knocking on the door again here, already with a 14-0 lead here in the Alliance Bowl, and now setting up shop at the Bradenton 10-yard line. Big opportunity here for Julio Martinez, Chico Martinez, and the Magic City Bulls. And I get the feeling if they score here, we're going to be in for a long game. It'll be a running play out of the eye. Picks up about 2 yards. And let's see. Who do we have there? Antoine Jones? No? No, that's not right.
Yeah, man. It's
some of these uniforms a little tricky to see.
number 3.
The weather's not
Devontae 3D Smith.
Was that who? Okay.
Yep.
3D picks up 2 yards, but it does put him inside the 10-yard line at the soccer goal line at the 8 here on the field. Still soccer markings on the field from college soccer season here this year. But at the 8, Magic City decided to slow that one down a little. They didn't go right into the end zone with it or try to get that quick strike. This time it's 3D, and he's going to go out left, and he's got himself an easy Magic City Bulls touchdown. He just took a left. Just I don't know if that was a sweep or he just kind of did it all himself. It looked like Billy, but he had no one there to stop him.
Yeah, again, just off a stretch look, or actually more like a counter play because Brian Big B Chisholm for Magic City was able to pull around from his right side and sealed the end. But just judging by the way 3D runs, I don't know that he needs much more than just a crease.
And again, the Bethune-Cookman University product enjoying his homecoming here today in Daytona Beach. And he's got his team up 3 scores. We've got some activity on the field. Is there a player down?
Yeah,
Yes.
Player down.
Looks like, let's see. Now they're coming off. Okay. I guess everything is well. Someone must have fallen there, got the wind knocked out of him, but we are back and ready to go for the extra point attempt. Looks like it was number 66. Yeah.
Yep.
And he's coming off the field. That would be Marquell Kennedy, but coming off on his own power, everything's fine. So the extra point attempt now from Zupo to make this a 21-0 game. And Bradenton got some work to do now.
Yeah, Miami is...
The kick is up, and it is easy good. Zupo has his team out now, 21-0. Magic City Bulls, well, Billy, this is what they've done most of the year. They've scored early and often, and they make it very hard to compete with.
It is what we expected coming into tonight's contest, again, just because they've scored so many points, and they've given up only 139. They're on this 12-game winning streak. The numbers are just mind-blowing for Magic City, and I'm trying to find. It's in their postseason run, they've just slobber knocked people as well. 28-12 winners over South Dade, and then last week they beat the South Florida Storm 35-20. It doesn't sound like it's close, but they're just putting something on their opponents that Turpentine can't remove.
Well stated, my friend. And we'll have another kickoff here from Magic City, the 35-yard line, still working west to east here in the first quarter, 6.5 minutes to play. And the kickoff will be fielded at the 10-yard line. We got a new return man. It's number 84. And he takes it out the right side. He breaks over one tackle and then tripped up there. That's Marquise Murray out of Bradenton, Bayshore High School.
Murray fielded that ball all the way on the near side and took it across the field. I don't know that he picked up any more yards than when he started. It looked like he started at the 20, looped around, and went back to the 20 or the 25. With the rain picking up now and the glass being a little bit wetter, it's going to be even more interesting for us up here.
He was able to jump over one tackler, but in the process of that tripped up a bit and was never able to get much further. So he'll start Kirby and the offense for the Gladiators will start this time from the 24-yard line. And in the worst possible scenario, you're down a lot early and wet weather just makes this a very hard situation to come back in.
And the situation isn't any better with the fact that there's still over 6 minutes remaining in the first quarter.
Yeah. Woods takes the handoff out of the eye. He stiff arms one tackle, gang tackled, though, at the 34. So does a lot of work, picks up about, it's going to be short of the first down, though. He does get about 8, maybe 9 yards on the play. Going to be just short. Nice stiff arm on that one carry, though.
Yeah, not for nothing, but Woods is running really hard. And again, he comes in, he's the team's leader in yards on the ground. He only has 2 touchdowns, but he runs really hard. And again, the clock's still moving, and there's a long game in front of us, but he's doing a nice job.
Woods again, and incidentally, he did have a first down pickup. It looked like he was short to me, but the officials awarded the first down to the Gladiators on that last play. So the play we just witnessed, which brought up maybe a yard or 2 by Woods over the center, is good enough for a second down carry coming up here. It'll be 2nd and 7 from the 37-yard line.
Bradenton finds themselves down by 3 scores, and they're still keeping the ball on the ground. I don't want to say that they're just going to try and do everything they can to keep Magic City's offense off the field, but you would think that they're going to have to start throwing the ball here soon.
Well, it hasn't worked out so well when they have, so let's see if they try it here. No, they're going to keep it on the ground. This time it's going to go to David Brooks. He breaks one tackle, got a first down, it looks like. No? Close? He took it. He went left and then came right back over the middle with it after breaking a tackle, and that'll be good enough. They moved the chains. The Bulls' defense backed up to the 44-yard line now, and Bradenton easily having its best drive of the game to this point.
And they were fortunate enough to have the right foot spot of the official, which was just over the yard marker.
So it'll be a 1st and 10 from the 44. Kirby over center. He's got David Brooks deep in the backfield, but the handoff goes to Chauncey Jones. Picks up a couple, going right over the center with it. Yep, we're going to call that a gain of 3. It is hard with the rain on the windows to see for sure, but slowly but surely they are moving the ball in a forward motion at this point. Not as much side to side on this drive.
Right, and that's the second time tonight that they've run that fullback dive, and on the second attempt they picked up their most yards, which is just a 3-yard carry, but still positive yardage.
Bradenton trying to get across midfield here in this one. Down 21-0. And Kirby will hand it off to David Brooks. Brooks goes left. He's got room. Breaks one tackle, jumps over another, and that's where he's tripped up. He gets across midfield, though, to the 47-yard line, just short of a first down. And again, Bradenton doing what it has to do right now. The air game isn't working. Keep it on the ground, move the ball, and keep that offense off the field for Magic City.
Yeah, and it makes you wonder if everyone's on Bradenton's sideline is kind of scratching their head thinking, when we had our first drive, which took us to about this point in the field in the first drive, why we just didn't keep doing that.
So we'll have a 3rd and short here. Interesting opportunity here for Bradenton. They've got to convert this, but they don't need much to do it. They'll hand it off to Brooks. He's got the first down and more. Across the 40, the 30, 20, 15. One man to beat. He's there. Touchdown. David Brooks takes it into the end zone, and Bradenton responds. A nice-looking run there from the what is listed on the roster as a defensive back, but he took that one, found a seam, and broke right through it.
Sure, and again, all of a sudden, it's become a ball game. When you're down by 3 scores early, you scratch your head and you wonder how we're going to get back in this game. And all of a sudden, we get a nice run, and they did that entirely on the ground against Magic City. So you have to wonder if that's just going to be the game plan.
Well, like we said earlier, the air game has been questionable for Bradenton to this point. The running game, however, at least on that drive, they went 90 yards, Billy, and all of it on the ground.
Yeah, impressive drive.
So now we'll see an extra point attempt, and the kicker for Bradenton is Danny Lay. Well, we got a whistle on that.
Probably a good thing that the whistle blew.
And let's see what the call is here. It's going to go against Bradenton and back him up a few yards.
Wow, they're going to call delay a game. That's an interesting call because that ball hadn't been set that long. So unless I'm missing something on the rules here, that was kind of a quick call of a delay of game.
Well, it's going to make a not so easy kick try here for Bradenton in this weather. To be kicking even an extra 5 yards like that is asking a lot. We'll try it again. It is up, and it is good. So he gets it through. A little longer. Danny Lay had to go on that one, but he got it done. It's 21-7, 2:42 to play in the first quarter. And I don't want to say it's sunlight, Billy, but it seems lighter than it did 10 minutes ago in the sky. Maybe this rain's finally passing through, which will only make things a lot better.
We can only hope that it's going to break here soon, but the umbrellas are still out. So if that's any indication, that we could be in for a long, wet night.
Well, and for Bradenton, they find themselves still with a 2-touchdown deficit, yet coming off that last drive, definitely some momentum going in their favor now. Can they actually play defense against this Magic City offense, which is scoring at will right now? Every time they've touched the ball, they've done big things with it.
They've, their postseason run, Bradenton has only given up 18 total points. They defeated the Sarasota Millionaires 18-8, and they beat the Orlando Rage 27-10, and that avenged a regular season loss to the Rage to put Bradenton back in this game. Again, it's 21-7. It's still the first quarter, and we've already scored 4 touchdowns. You said it earlier, track meet.
Yeah, and this field is certainly conducive to that, even if the weather isn't. The field will keep this game moving and allow these players. There won't be any mud. There won't be large puddles to contend with. This is a field that's going to see a lot of this. We've got a short kick. It's going to go out of bounds, too, at the 25-yard line, so that'll move the ball a little even closer for Magic City. They'll take it out now at the 35 after the illegal procedure penalty. This is not a team you want to give 10 easy yards to.
No, you want to have them work for everything that
I'm sorry, it goes to the 40.
that they get. And like you said, Magic City needs no shortcuts. They've proven it so far on special teams and on offense. So, who knows? Maybe that touchdown sparked a little bit in Bradenton. See if the defense can answer the call.
Well, they did the job of keeping this offense off the field for a few minutes. Now, like you said, Billy, let's see if the defense is ready and a little more prepared than those previous drives. Martinez will take the ball out of the shotgun here. Hands it off. No, he's going to fake hand it off. It is passed. It is caught by Johnny Johnson. Johnny DeShow Johnson. Easy first down. He goes from the 40 to the other 40 on that one.
Let me take a minute here to explain to you guys who Johnny Johnson is. I happen to know Johnny Johnson. Johnny was a YouTube sensation. He actually jumped over a car from the passenger side to the driver's side. And he's a kid that had some eligibility issues. The roster says Edward Waters, and that's exactly where he went. But again, had some eligibility issues. That young man can play some football.
3D on the carry there. Devontae Smith for the Bulls picks up a couple, and it'll be 2nd and about 8 now after he crosses the 40-yard line with that one. But, yeah, let's go back to that catch for a second. In the elements that we have here, for him to go up and make that catch shows you that player's got some mad skills.
And he did it. He did it the proper way. In these conditions, you have to go up and make sure that you catch the ball. He used his body. He turned himself against the defender and was able to come down with the ball.
Martinez pumps twice and nobody home. He throws it into the end zone, overthrowing his intended target on the play, which was
Speedy.
Speedy was not quite speedy enough for that one.
No,
either.
no. And you could tell they've worked on that play once or twice before. One of those, hey, I'm going to get the ball, and by the time I set myself, I'm just going to have to heave it up because Speedy's going to outrun me. That time, Chico outthrew Speedy.
He even pump faked twice on that one before he let go. Threw it 39 yards in the air and no one in that end zone. So we'll try it again here. This time it'll bring up 3rd down and 8 from the Gladiator 39. Martinez will have Devontae Smith in the backfield with him. In the shotgun, he drops back, looking to throw, got a flag down, overthrows his receiver, and it's intercepted at the 20-yard line. The Keon Hines with a big interception, and he's going to take it back near midfield for the Gladiators. But let's check that flag now, too.
That flag came from the official in the backfield. That's going to be more than likely a holding call against Miami or Magic City. That's going to be my guess.
Which would obviously be declined at this point.
No doubt.
And the official's talking it over. And looks, yep.
Oh, well, they're talking to Magic City. Holding call. Okay.
It is a hold on the offense, so that will be declined. And the Gladiator defense does exactly what it needs to do on that drive. They get a turnover. They kept Magic City from getting into the end zone. And they take the ball back to we're going to mark it at the 45-yard line, their own 45, but still a much better outcome on defense than they've been used to in this first quarter so far.
No doubt, and that's what we expected them to do. They needed to answer the offense's touchdown with a stop of their own. They got a turnover, and hopefully they can keep the momentum going.
Kirby in the eye. He'll hand it off to David Brooks, who gets nothing. Takes it right back to the line of scrimmage, and that's as far as he's going to get.
Yeah, we've proven already, maybe I'm the only one who sees that, if you're going to try and run between the tackles, you're not going to have any success against Magic City. Their run game has been successful around the tackles, and that's probably something that Woods is looking for as well. Brooks rather, he wants to be outside the tackles because he's fast enough to outrun some of these guys here. There's a lot of speed on both sides of the ball right now.
A lot of speed. We are near the end of the first quarter in this one. 30 seconds left. This time it'll go to Brooks again. He gets it off the right side, picks up a few, takes it out to the 48-yard line. About a 3-yard pickup on that play. And that, let's see, that should be the last play of the quarter.
Yeah, I don't see they're
going
going to run a play. Absolutely not.
So as the clock dwindles down here in the first quarter, we're going to take a timeout ourselves. The score here at Municipal Stadium in Daytona Beach, Magic City 21, Bradenton 7.
Okay, we're on, guys.
Back we are, start of the second quarter here at Larry Kelly Field in Daytona Beach. The Alliance Bowl. The Magic City Bulls up 21-7, but Bradenton coming back late in this first quarter. And they'll start it out here at midfield in the second quarter, and we're going to have a flag on that one.
That time,
somebody jumped.
Yeah, that time there was contact. That's the only reason why they would have stopped that play. So there was contact along the offensive defensive lines. Otherwise, again, it would have been a free play for Bradenton.
And it's a 5-yard penalty on the Bulls. She'll move the ball inside the 50 to the Magic City 45. They've switched sides of the field now, so it'll be the Bradenton Gladiators going west to east here at the stadium. And they'll have it at the 45 here. Nicholas Kirby in the eye. He's got Woods and Brooks behind him, trying to draw off the Miami Magic City defense. Woods with the carry, and he's brought down relatively harmlessly back at the line of scrimmage. No.
Yep.
They never moved the chains. So he did get the first down. So it was not.
No, they didn't move the chains because it was still short of the first down. So now it's going to be 4th and 1.
Okay.
Oh, interesting call.
4th and 1 at the 46. Bradenton going for it. Don't trust the punter here, or Speedy Jones, one of the two. And Woods will take it, and he's going to be short, it looks like. Let's see where they mark him, Billy.
He's going to go right back to the line of scrimmage, brother.
And it looks like Magic City, they think they've got it. They're taking it over on downs. All the arrows, all the players pointing to the west end zone for Magic City, as if to say it's a first down for the Bulls, and it is. Not even going to measure that one. That's easy. They turn it over on downs to Magic City, and the Bulls will come back out just near midfield here to start their second quarter of action.
Gotta love the excitement.
Call.
Yeah, and the excitement of the Magic City defense. You know, they came up with a really big stop there. Leading the charge was rich player Jaspriti from Terror Squad University. Not quite sure.
I never see them play on Saturdays.
No, they might play usually on Monday through Fridays.
At any rate, Chico Martinez back out there to lead the Magic City Bulls. And we had some movement, and he's going to... That was a nice-looking play, too.
Right.
That was going to be a quarterback, wildcat-type play. And instead, we had some movement. It looked like definitely somebody jumped on Bradenton again. Were they drawn off is the question. The officials pointing at the player on Bradenton who jumped. And indeed, it is going to be on him. So it'll be a 5-yard penalty against the Gladiators here.
Yeah, I really hate to trump you there, Mikey, my good friend. That wasn't going to be a Wildcat play. Your boy was running for his life because he noticed that the defender had already crossed the line of scrimmage. And as any good defender would do, he turned around and said, hey, I was drawn off sides, and that didn't quite cut it. So it's a 5-yard penalty against Bradenton. And now we're going to see Chico one more time.
From inside the 50 now, just across the 50 at the 49-yard line, Martinez going to be throwing here, it looks like. He's got one man in the backfield with him. It's Gregory Moore. And it does go to Moore. Okay, Moore gets a few yards on that one.
Yeah, we got a different
play.
Yep. I tell you what, number 22 for Bradenton. That's a really nice play. I mean, it's not the name that was called by the public address announcer, so I'm not gonna guess at it. But number 22 for Bradenton, as you can see on the internet broadcast, nice play defensively.
That was a good stop. Actually held him to no gain on that one. So it'll bring up a 2nd and 5 for the Bulls. And this time he's going to have 3D in the backfield with him. Martinez will. He's looking to throw. Under pressure. Dumps it off, and it's no good. Tries to find 3D on that one. A short little shovel, and it hits the ground. But he was under significant pressure there from the Gladiator defense.
Yeah, not for nothing, but if they complete that shovel pass,
he's gone.
3D is taking it over into the ravine here and across the street. I mean, there was nobody around him.
But he had just enough pressure where he couldn't get that off cleanly, Martinez. And you saw the outcome. It's a 3rd down.
I don't know that Magic City really needs to do anything fancy. I mean, they're trying to get out of what got them into the end zone a few times. And that shovel pass, I mean, they got down there by throwing the ball, and they just kind of went away from it so far.
So 3rd and 5. This time he fakes the handoff to 3D, throws it. He's got Speedy Jones at the 35-yard line for an easy 1st down. Nobody on Speedy on that one.
No, and again, this is how Magic City found themselves in the end zone twice before the second quarter. It was getting the ball pitch and catch between Martinez and Speedy, and like you said, there was nobody there. So they probably should stick to something like that and find themselves in the end zone again.
The result puts it at the 36-yard line for the Bulls. Fresh set of downs as well here, and suddenly the whole pace of this game seems to have slowed a bit. Speedy in motion for the Bulls. The handoff goes to Smith, and he's going to he broke one tackle. He was dead to rights for about a 2-yard loss, Bill. Mm-hmm. But across the 35, he goes to the 33-yard line and turns nothing into something on that play.
Yeah, I was just looking at the roster. 3D, Devontae Smith, a 5'10", 190-pound running back from Miami, lists Bethune-Cookman as his school. So a few Wildcats on the roster for the Bulls.
And they are making their presence known in this game. That's for sure. 12-11 here in the second quarter left to play. Got a man in motion this time, and it's going to go as a pass play. Overthrown and intercepted. Intercepted by Keon Hines of Bradenton, and he's got one man to beat, and he does. Oh, was that a? Nope. Did he lateral that one?
Yeah, absolutely.
Keon Hines with a slick move. He didn't get much out of it. He took it all the way to the 40. It looked like he was going to dodge one more tackle and take it in for a touchdown, and instead he laterals it at the 39-yard line, and they lost about a yard on that at the end.
Yeah, the pass was intended for Johnny Johnson. Again, high thrown ball. Johnny went up for it. It went through his hands. Interception was made.
Right there waiting for it.
And then his lateral went to Jeff Charlton. So, once again, the defense has stepped up for Bradenton. This time the offense needs to get something out of it.
After 21 quick points in this one, the Magic City Bulls being held in check right now defensively, and suddenly Bradenton finds itself in business at the 41-yard line of Magic City here, and a chance to make this an even closer game. And it certainly has been tightening up as we see it right now. Kirby will hand it off. It goes to Woods. Woods gets about 6 or 7 on that one. A nice little play to the over the left side there, and that's how they're going to get back in this game. Defensive plays like the one we just had, and a slow, steady running attack from their two-headed running back monster.
No doubt, and the fact that Bradenton was able to pull number 69, Daryl Holloman, out to lead the play at 6'4", 290 pounds. He's probably going to make some room. So, again, you see Bradenton coming at Magic City on the ground and having success.
Kirby has been running this offense, but it's been all the running game. He's been handing it off. This time it's going to go to Woods again. Woods just short of the first down at the 34-yard line. Might have gotten it up to the 33, needed to get to the 31. So that's what we're seeing here is David Brooks, Glenn Woods, the running back tandem for the Gladiators, keeping them in business on offense right now, and just enough that they've kept Magic City guessing.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing about the stats that we've gotten from the website is that we know the team defense, but we don't know how many yards they're giving up pass versus run. Obviously, Magic City not a very good run defensive team.
Got a new ball carrier. This one is Chauncey Jones, and he'll have the first down and then some. Bringing in a new face to this running game. Looks like they've got a third person that can carry the ball for this team, Bill. And that's once again, they've just got Magic City on their heels defensively right now.
Yeah, they're just running it right down their throats, and it's a great game plan. It's working. Again, I just don't see that Magic City does much to defend the run.
Up to the Bulls' 29-yard line we are now, and the handoff this time goes to the right side. It's going to be Brooks with that one, and he's got himself about 4 yards on the play, up to the 25. So we're seeing how this system works for them. Again, they haven't attempted a pass in this quarter.
Just looking at the stats for Bradenton, between Woods, Carnes, and Jones, they have 1,400 yards rushing and 9 touchdowns between the three. Amongst the three of them, and of that 1,400 yards, they're only rushing for 1,600. So it kind of tells you what the three of them have done on the ground for Bradenton.
It's certainly worked for him in the recent part of this game, as the Gladiators moving the ball system.
Nice call.
Pass is complete. I'm sorry. The first pass and attempt of this drive, and it catches to Jeff Charlton inside the 10 for that one. He just went up for it and got it. And as the tallest player around at that point, at 6'2", he comes down with it.
And they're in a hurry-up type of offense here, and all it was a play action, and that was a great call because they've run the ball the entire second quarter. So nice call by the offensive coordinator.
The Bulls backed up now at the 8-yard line as the Gladiators moving the ball effectively. This one will be another new player. It's Darian Platt, and he takes it in for a touchdown. The Gladiators... Suddenly, it's like they changed uniforms, Bill. This offense is moving the ball, and they weren't stopped at all on that drive. They threw it one time successfully. They ran it 5 or 6 times successfully, and it ends in a touchdown.
The joys of playing the game, man, because honestly, at 21-0, I was beginning to think that I should go ahead and leave you here by yourself, but I'm glad I stuck around because this has turned out to be a pretty interesting game.
It's going to make it 21-13, extra point pending here for the Gladiators. And this suddenly has become quite a ball game here. Just under halfway through the second quarter still, too. So buckle up. We're going to have quite a game ahead of us here, it looks like. Anyone's game now. Will go up for the extra point attempt. And Lay puts it through. It's 21-14. And with that, we'll take a quick break and reset as the Bulls get set to kick off, receive here, as the defense has to figure out what to do next. It's 21-14 here at Municipal Stadium. We'll be right back. back we are here at Municipal Stadium in Daytona Beach. It's 21-14, the Magic City Bulls leading the Alliance Bowl over the Bradenton Gladiators, but it's been all Gladiators this quarter, Bill.
Yeah, a real impressive drive, and again, set up by the defense with the interception. The last two possessions for Magic City have resulted in turnovers. One of the possessions in turn for Bradenton amounted to nothing, but for them to come out and really capitalize on that interception set up by the defense was awesome, and it turned this into an interesting ball game.
We'll get a kickoff here from Danny Lay at the 35. This one a much better kickoff, and is going to roll out to the 10. Will it go out of bounds? Yes, it looks like it does. So a good kickoff spoiled there. They just gave up 30 yards on that one.
Yeah, and again, even though they're kind of struggling, you don't need to give Magic City an opportunity to shave off some yards to make it easier for them. But that being said, Bradenton's defense has really stepped up, so it's not like they're losing out on this at all much.
It'll be interesting to see how Magic City responds. They came out early, slugged out 21 points before we had even caught our breath here in the booth. Since then, it's been all Bradenton. They've stymied them on defense, and now the Bulls, who could benefit from the same type of drive Bradenton had about a half an hour ago, which is a long, sustained, that ends in points. The Bulls will line up. It'll be Martinez in the backfield. He'll have one running back with him. It's 3D Smith and a man in motion. And this one will go to Smith. He's got trouble. Wow. He is under fire, and he's going to lose about 5 yards on that carry. He had nowhere to go. Bradenton all over that. They knew it, like they knew that play was coming.
And again, I think the key to this quarter has been how inspired Bradenton is playing. That was, to see them stuff the run as well as they did, they didn't do that in the first quarter. And, they're getting turnovers on defense. Their offense is putting the ball, in the end zone. This is a pretty interesting second quarter.
Devontae Smith was buried in that one. An avalanche of Gladiators waited for him, and they lost 5 yards as a result. Try a similar play here. This time Martinez drops back, throwing, almost intercepted, intended for number 85 of Magic City. Willis West was the intended receiver on that one, but nearly picked off by Darian Platt. Great play there.
I'd really like to know how old Darian Platt is. He's pretty impressive on defense. He's broken on the ball 2 times where there's been so much cushion between him and the receiver, and he's just made up so much ground. He's pretty good.
And once again, you have to talk about the idea that if he catches that, it's a tie ball game right now.
No doubt.
He would have taken that right down the sideline, the Magic City sideline, for an easy touchdown. There's a flag down now, so let's see what this is about.
Well, 14 guys on the field.
That
for
usually
Bradenton
is not a good way to do it.
Is not good. This isn't Canada, even though they're given 12. But you have to wonder if it was maybe an illegal substitution
personal
foul.
Offsetting penalties.
Offsetting. Interesting.
Okay. Somebody ran their mouth down there, it sounds like,
on
both sides. Personal fouls, offset, and that'll bring up a second down at the 35-yard line. So the Bulls with a 2nd and 15 here.
I'm guessing one of the guys that ran his mouth was number 91, Brian Harvey, since he's slowly walking off the field and still jawing, but you never know.
Yeah, this is, and the referees talking it over with the coaches for Bradenton to let them know what exactly was said, maybe?
And it could have been Gerald Perry. Not the Gerald Perry who hits from the left side of the batter's box for the Atlanta Braves, but Gerald Perry, the 6'3", 260-pound itty-bitty defensive lineman. But again, he just doesn't look real happy.
By the way, 1985 called. They want your player references back. 2nd and 15 as we get ready to go again here at the 35-yard line.
He still strokes. Don't kid yourself.
Martinez in the backfield with Smith. He drops back. Little bit of pressure, but room to work. Gets it off. Nobody home, though. He underthrows Speedy Jones. He threw it intending for Jones at around the 47. The problem was Jones was at the 43, and he had to jump up to try to come up to try to get it, and he couldn't do it. Now we got a 4th and long.
And for the 3rd straight series, the defense has come up big.
Defense held on that one once again. They stopped him on 3 plays. And now we'll get a 4th and long. Clearly a punt situation here for the Bulls.
Charlton and Bean back deep for Bradenton.
So a 4th down, punt attempt just across the 20. It's a good punt for the Magic City Bulls. Be fielded and lateraled. And Charlton will take it from the 25 roughly. Gets across the 40, 45, 50. Went to the sideline, then cut back, and he got stopped at around the 43-yard line. He did a little dance there, and I thought he was going to pull that one off again. He looked good doing that earlier on a big catch down in the other end zone.
Yeah, and that was a net punt of 7 yards.
Yeah.
I mean, that was it.
The end result of that it was a great kick, too, by the Magic City punter, but the duo that was in that backfield for the Gladiators, it was fielded and then quickly lateraled to Charlton, who danced with it and picked up about 30 yards on the return.
But that was one of those returns where you didn't know if it was Bean saying, "Oh, not me, take it from me," or if that was something designed. But either way, the result was awesome.
They made it look good.
Absolutely.
Yeah. 21-14, 7:21 to play here in the first half at Municipal Stadium. The Gladiators go back to work now on offense at the Magic City 43-yard line. Good field position to start this one. Out of the eye is Woods. Gets across the line of scrimmage, maybe picks up 3 yards. Going to be just short of the 40-yard line.
And that was all Woods, by the way. I mean, that play was definitely going to go for about a 3 or 4 yard loss, but ended up with a 3-yard gain. So it's a nice 7-yard pickup. A rough 7 yards.
And he'll come off. It looks like he's hobbling there a bit. He's gone down to the ground. Woods, and we're going to have an official's timeout for this. Woods hobbling around there toward the Gladiator sideline. He's back up now, but clearly something is wrong there. Yeah, he hobbled, he went to the ground, and then popped back up.
And even though they're going with a 3-headed attack, you don't want to see that for many reasons, but the thing that they can't afford to do is lose Woods as a ball carrier. But yeah, again, you don't want to see that.
He is
for the
being tended to by the staff. He is almost in a catcher position, like a baseball catcher. He was crouching on the field. Now he's back up and walked off, and is back on the sideline now for Bradenton.
You know, one of the things you hope for first is just a cramp, but I find it hard to believe that would even be a factor here with such a wet night. But we're not on the field. We don't know if it's muggy. We don't know if it's cool. But
it's been a relatively cool day, especially for the time of year here in Daytona Beach. Temperatures in the 60s most of the day. So back we go now. The clock rolling, 6:35 to play in the half. From the 41, ball's carried by Brooks. Nowhere to go there, though. He was looking for a seam that just didn't show up. Magic City was all over that one. There were a couple of players with some great involvement there. How about Bill Brooks, number 31, as part of the group that just gave him no air whatsoever.
Renard Juice DeJuiced was there as well. You know, and now do we see is this momentum shift? You know, what type of series is this? How much of an effect is Woods not being in going to have on their offense?
Well, we'll find out here. This is a big play coming up. It's a third. They lost about 4 yards on that play, so we're going to call this a 3rd and 12 now at the Gladiator 45-yard line. And a big play coming up here. Will Kirby go back to the air now? Yeah, looking for a play action here, and that's what we're going to get. It's a bad throw. That one looked like he lost it and maybe didn't have a good grip on the ball, Billy, because he threw it out intended. Would have been right around the neighborhood of a first down, and it just never got anywhere near the receiver.
Well, my question before I get it out of my mouth has already been answered. I was curious to see if they were even going to attempt this punt, but I can tell by the punter they've already made the change, and this it's not going to be Chaltis doing the punting here, so. Obviously, the Bradenton coaching staff not impressed with the earlier negative 2-yard punt.
Right. Yet still a 4th and 12 here. They needed to make a change in the plan. It looks like Danny Lay, who
I would
also
fake
is the
it.
place kicker.
I would fake it.
Well, let's
But
see.
that's just me. But that's why I'm
The
up here.
kick is up and away. It's a pretty good punt. It's going to roll and
Oh.
inside the 20, but it's touched by a Bradenton player, which easily adds 5 yards to the field position for Magic City. That was going to roll probably to about the 10.
Yeah, and you could tell right away that he wasn't real happy with himself. He just bad placement. He didn't read the ball well in the air, so he could have adjusted himself. And you're right. If it doesn't touch him, it's a better punt for Bradenton.
It wasn't a bad punt to begin with,
No.
but it would have been even better if he had seen that ball coming.
Any punt at this point
Is
is
good.
better than
This is true.
what they had last time.
Well, it'll give the Bulls the ball back at the 17-yard line. And with a 21-14 game, things have slowed down a bit. It got off to a very quick start. The Bulls putting up 21 points to start this game, and the Gladiators claw back, slow the pace down. It's now 21-14. Let's see what the Bulls do on offense here. They're going to keep it on the ground. The handoff goes to Smith, who takes it to right around the line of scrimmage, and we have a flag on the play.
Again, from
Looks
an
like a
official in the
hold.
backfield, you would think that's going to be a holding call, and that's
And
what
it
it's going
is.
to be.
So it's going to back Magic City up to around the, just inside the 10, inside the 10 now.
Yeah,
Not
it'll be a
not a
spot
good time
foul.
for that. Yeah.
It'll be a spot foul, but you just have to wonder where it came from. So it wasn't at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
It was a little further back. So that again in favor of Bradenton.
Yep. It'll be at the 9 officially now for the Bulls. As they'll have a 1st and long now to start this series. And do they throw it now? They haven't thrown it as much. Martinez, who's a prolific quarterback, 27 touchdowns on the year, slowing down this quarter.
Wow, speed sweep.
It goes to Speedy Jones. He takes it to the right side, hits it out of bounds. Nice, easy play there for him with his speed. He takes it to the sideline, virtually untouched, gets back most of what they lost on that penalty.
Yeah, back to the original line of scrimmage, and it's funny because when you said, do they throw it here, and I thought to myself, well, of course you throw it here, but again, why I'm up here and not down there. But speed sweep to Speedy, he picks up 10 yards on that, so now you're looking at
Yeah, but looks like a penalty,
the
though.
illegal shift against the Bulls.
That's not good. Now we're going to be inside the 5, my friend.
Yeah, now it's
That's a
first. It's first, and what one of our good friends, Kerry Kramer, likes to say, it's first in a bus ride.
Yeah. First in a bus ride, it'll be in at the 9-yard line, so we're going to need 19 yards for a first down now. Magic City will. And they are pinned back pretty deep here. Martinez will receive the snap in the right at the goal line, but it's the wrong goal line. Now he moves up a little. He's got Devontae Smith in the backfield with him, and another stoppage.
Yeah, there's Magic City's confused.
Okay, that's a timeout.
They're way
Yeah, a
confused.
well-placed timeout for the Bulls because they need to figure out what's happened here. The momentum has clearly been drained from this team, which had such a hot start in this game and looked unbeatable.
Again, you sit here and you wonder where Magic City has gone, and these aren't kids, and we don't know that for a fact, what the actual age range of the players is, but in a high school game, you could say, they're just kids, they didn't keep the intensity up, but these guys are probably a combination of kids and adults, and they didn't keep their intensity up, and Bradenton, who I thought was just going to fold their tents, I got to be honest, 21-0 in this weather.
It looked like
I'd have been hunting for the bus myself, but again, now you're seeing the momentum shift, and then Magic City has a nice first down play negated by a penalty, and then another penalty. Now you're looking at 1st and 24,
and still with the lead in this game, but the momentum shift has been very noticeable and obvious. They've got to protect this lead and need a long drive to close out this half now. 1st and 19. Martinez at the goal line. He drops into the end zone, looking to throw. Has a man. It's caught at the 18, and that will be short of the first down still because he got back to the original line of scrimmage, but that was Johnny Johnson again with a heck of a catch there and tried to move and do a little juke and get a few more yards out of that.
And again, Johnny, had to go to a knee to make the reception, but he cradled it. I mean, he was very sure of the catch first, picked up quite a few yards. So instead of it being first and another penalty, pushing us even further back. So on a 1st and 24, they picked up 17 yards. Not bad.
And it worked out well. He actually that last little jive move at the end got him an extra 2 or 3 yards. It's at the 21 now, Magic City. So suddenly it's second and not that distant for the first down. Martinez shovel pass. Smith got across 25, got the first down to the 30-yard line. Again, he made something out of that, Billy Gahagan.
Yeah, 3D was looking to actually take that to the house, but unfortunately for him, Willis Batman West, I get the reference, got in his way.
That was look, we should all get that. There was only one Batman.
Yeah.
And it wasn't Michael Keaton.
No.
So it'll be a first down for Magic City, what looked like a very precarious position to be in, backed up near the end zone. Suddenly they're in business. Got things moving again here, like we saw in that first quarter. Well-designed play, handed off, and it's going to end in a penalty, unfortunately. Let's see what happens now. That one's coming back, I think. And we got a lot of pushing and shoving here between the two teams after the whistle. Not a pretty scene down there at the 30-yard line. Bill, let's go back. That all unfolded really fast. Martinez took the snap, and he very quickly handed it to the man in motion, who took it out to the south sideline, to the Magic City sideline, trying to get a few yards, and he just couldn't put it together on that play.
Yeah, it was a speed sweep to the near side, and then during the play, a helmet came off of one of the Magic City players, and then out of nowhere, number 32 for Bradenton, and hopefully this is David Daniels. It really is 32. We've already had some corrections on the roster, but I wouldn't be surprised if after these officials get together, if he gets ejected, because he came in and shoved one of the players from behind. Then Johnny Johnson got involved, and it was just a little get-together, friendly get-together here on the near sideline around the 30-yard line. But, you hate to see something like that, especially from the Bradenton players who are still in this ball game. It's not like it's a blowout. That really just wasn't necessary.
Yeah. And the officials still conferring on it. Let's see if is there a chance we get something offsetting here because of the activity?
It is, but it could be one of those, instead of it offsetting penalties, it could be a penalty on both teams where they have to still march it off one way and then the other, because the penalty for one team may be less for the other.
Okay. We're going to have a personal foul.
Blocked below the waist, so they're going to mark that off. And now it's going to be a personal foul against
on the defense.
Right. And they're going to bring it back.
And then, a good call on that. That's why we keep you around.
Oh, I love being kept around.
So as we sort out the exact yardage on this one, it's still my Magic City ball. 2:55 to play here in the half. The Bulls holding on to a 7-point lead. And the Bradenton Gladiators still discussing the big fella there, number 66. Is that 66 or 68? Almost like he's lobbying the referees on the placement of this.
Yeah, and after all that, after all the negative yards against and the positives, it's still
right there at the 30. Right.
And he still gets a rush, by the way. He gets a rush for no yards. Thanks for playing.
Martinez will have he'll have no one in the backfield. He's throwing, and it's intended for number 85. Batman West, and overthrows him to the sideline, be an incomplete pass.
I'm Batman. Sorry. I mean, you made the reference earlier. I don't know what I was supposed to do.
So at the 31-yard line, it stops the clock, which should become a little bit of a factor here because obviously only one team can go in leading at the half. The Bulls lead right now. They'd like to preserve that and add a little bit to it here since it's been a while since they've been in the end zone.
I'm curious about that meeting of officials on the far side of the field at around the 28-yard line.
What do you make of that?
Well, I don't see any flags anywhere, so I'm not sure what's being discussed other than maybe a spotting of the previous play, because the sideline official is talking to the Bradenton head coach.
Well, they're ready to resume, it looks like here.
I'd be curious.
The discussions have stopped. The officials give the signal to restart the game. 2:30 now to play from the 31-yard line. Martinez drops back, finds his receiver. He's got a man open.
Stop it.
Johnny Johnson racing down the sideline. No, Speedy Jones. Sorry about that. Speedy Jones. I should have known by the wheels on that fella. Down to the 10-yard line. Inside the 10, maybe. What a catch and what a run by Speedy Jones.
He took a quick slant, and he gave a head fake to the defender. That guy is picking up the rest of his uniform back at the 40.
That was
Speedy took that damn near to the house, but I mean, wow, he's quick.
And that's what we've seen from him in this game. When he touches the ball, things like that happen. He turns that into a huge play, and with 2 minutes left in the half, we have a 14 yards to go for Magic City to add to its lead here.
Timeout.
Looks like we're going to get a 2-minute warning on that, right?
Oh, yeah, they probably do that here in this league. That's why we keep you around.
Yeah. Well, the coincidence of it being exactly 2 minutes on the clock was too much for me.
You know, I'm wondering if what they did was they just stopped it at 2 minutes. Because how many times in your lifetime have you ever seen the 2-minute warning come down to 2 minutes exactly? It's rare. It is. Don't think about it any harder. It hurts. I know.
Well, for the Bulls, they don't need the timeout.
No,
you have to believe
definitely,
the idea.
yeah. And Bradenton needed that clock to go.
Mm-hmm. The Bulls needed to get right back on the field and put it in the end zone here, which has been their when they've scored, it's been quick strikes almost every time.
We got to keep in mind that at one point this was 1st and 24 from the 5-yard line.
Correct.
I just want to just point that out. Mm-hmm. It's still positive yardage. So they're looking to cap off a 95-yard drive.
And that what a pivotal point that may have been right there, because if Bradenton steps that up on defense, holds them to a couple of incomplete passes,
right,
it's a whole different situation. Now here we go to resume again at the 14-yard line. Martinez going to hand it off to Smith. Smith fakes left and goes right back to the center, and he picks up about 2 yards on the play. Didn't quite shape out the way he probably intended there.
No, and Carter Bryant for Bradenton, all 6'1", 265 pounds of him was there to make sure that 3D was going nowhere.
Looked like he had gained a couple of yards, but we're going to call it no gain based on the spot. So it'll still be a 2nd and 10 now at the 14-yard line. Got split back. We're going to have another flag down.
No, timeout.
Timeout called by Bradenton. They want to figure this one out a little. Again, very pivotal moment here in this half. Minute 25 left. Bradenton looking to keep Magic City out of the end zone here and take what was a 21-0 game into halftime at 21-14. It's a much different story than 28-14.
Yeah, and you know, they've actually chewed up quite a bit of clock between the complete passes and the penalties that restart the clock. It's been an impressive drive for Magic City. I'm almost disappointed that Bradenton's defense, who had stepped up the previous 2 drives, wasn't able to capitalize on 1st and 24 and having Magic City pinned on their own 5-yard line. And here we are looking at 1st and 10 from the 16, from the 14. Just kind of disappointed in the Bradenton defense.
Well, this is the opportunity here. They've got them at 2nd down and 10. They need to keep them quiet here for the next 90 seconds, 85 seconds. We'll have split backs in the backfield. Martinez in the shotgun. Throws toward the end zone.
Wow,
has a
nice
man.
catch.
Touchdown. Touchdown. Magic City. The catch is made. We got a new player on that one. Number 25, Anthony McPhee, First time we've called his name tonight, he was waiting right there at the goal line, and while he was covered, he was in the right position for that throw, and makes it into a quick catch for a touchdown.
And a really nice catch by McPhee. I mean, he had to go up for it. He twisted his body, and when he came down, he actually looked like he was going to be about a yard and a half short. But on his lunge, and the defender for Bradenton going to make the tackle kind of pushed him and his momentum into the end zone. That really nice catch.
Looks like one of those plays that might have been dialed up just perfectly in a timeout. The
Sure.
timeout that Bradenton called wound up benefiting the Bulls. What, is that a 2-point conversion?
Yep.
A faked extra point attempt. I totally didn't see that coming. And instead, we have a 2-point catch by Alden Brown, the Bethune-Cookman University product. Big play there. 2-point conversion catch makes it a 15-point lead.
Yeah, pretty interesting call, too.
I wish I could see that one again.
No
I
doubt.
wish I could see that one again because I don't think anyone in the stadium saw that coming. Instead of an easy extra point attempt, it becomes a 2-point conversion, and now gives yet another advantage to a Bulls team that certainly regained some needed momentum on that drive. Again, up so big so early in this game, and then nothing for most of the second quarter until that point right there.
Yeah, and again, you have to give credit to Magic City for staying resilient. It just looked like they were going to allow Bradenton to tie this game up and bring them even closer in the game, but it was first and 24 from the 5-yard line, man. That's the thing I have trouble with.
Not a high success rate for teams that start first and 24 at their own 5.
No.
Instead, we'll have a kickoff here. Zupo keeps it on the ground. It's a dribbler fielded by number 31 for the Gladiators, Dominique Davis. Gets a nice little return, but that was somewhat by design. They didn't want a big play there. Instead, it's returned to the 50. Still great field position to start out for Bradenton.
A little baseball reference here. How many times have you seen a player make an error in the field, be the leadoff guy in the inning, and hit a home run, right? Kind of make up for it. Making the open field tackle at the 50-yard line was McPhee, the guy who just scored the touchdown. So it's kind of nice to see. I mean, you said it's the first time we've called his name all night on his reception, and we've called it 15 times in the last 30 seconds.
And another good field position for the Gladiators. It's not a lot of time to work. 1:13 left in the half. We'll see what Kirby can do out of the shotgun now. Instead, he's going to hand it right off to Brooks. He's done that a lot this day. Right? Is that who it went to? Go to David Brooks?
That's...
And then we have a flag after the play here. Magic City's holding the ball, but I don't think it was anything near a fumble.
Yeah, no,
so.
I don't think there was a fumble on the play.
Brooks brought it up for about a 3-yard gain, nonetheless. And I'm starting to think I've heard him called Carnes. I think number 9 on our roster might not be number 9 in our heart.
Okay, well, that's a shame.
The PA announcer called Carnes on that, but it was definitely number 9 that had the ball.
And it's not a nickname.
No.
But
yeah, that's going to bad time for a personal foul on the Gladiators. Very bad time.
A 15-yard personal foul? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
With a minute to go here in the half, the worst possible time for that to happen.
Yeah,
after getting the ball at midfield to start the drive, they're going to be backed up to to inside the 40-yard line on this one.
Yeah, bad timing. You're absolutely correct because they just gave up the score on the 2-point conversion to go down by 15. They really need to find some form of points, even if it's a field goal at this point, to give them some momentum going into the second half.
Well, the official's still sorting this one out somehow. The call's been made. The Gladiators have already backed up to their 35-yard line in anticipation of the ball being placed, what we figure will be around the 36-yard line.
Yeah, it just looks like they're talking about how they're going to mark it and who was called for a personal foul, and
they have to keep track of this.
Absolutely.
I mean, can lead to ejections at some point.
Even though statistically speaking, there's no no record of team penalties at all for either team. So both teams play clean football during the regular season.
Very clean, apparently. Okay, we're getting an indication. Roll the clock as well. And we're going to place the ball when the ref stops moving at the 38-yard line. So a costly 15-yard personal foul penalty there. We'll back it up to the 38-yard line, and with the clock moving here, Bradenton's going to have to move it quick, Bill. Kirby in the shotgun at his 32. He's got one man back there with him. Clock still ticking, 39 seconds. Still haven't snapped it. Now we have a snap. He's throwing short, underthrown ball intended for number 13, Edgar Thyler. And that was about 2 yards short, and it was too quick for him to respond and get in position to catch that.
Yeah, you know, just watching them take their time to get the snap off, I was just curious to see if they were even just going to run the ball to keep the clock going. That pass, that pass attempt, not even close, and it's 3rd and 25, and even more in the Magic City favor is that the clock stopped. And
that was I guess if you look at it that way, I was going to say the one good thing from that play was the clock stopping because it was rolling and they weren't moving the ball. But now this, if they fail to convert here, it's going to be 4th down, and Magic City could get the ball back. They're going to keep it on the ground. It's going to go to number 9. We're going to say that's Carnes now because I'm hearing that name called a lot. That would be Craig Carnes, who was the second leading rusher for Bradenton this year. Carnes takes it to the 48-yard line. He's going to be short of the first down by about 10 yards still. And let's see if Magic City is going to use a timeout at some point here.
And that's Carnes shaking up on the play, too.
Yeah. Not a situation that would help them at all. Let's see if halftime proves helpful there because they've got 2 running backs banged up now.
Yeah, I haven't seen Brooks back on the field. Woods back on the field. Yeah. So maybe we'll be able to find something out at halftime as to his condition.
Carnes brought the ball back to the 48-yard line. It'll leave him about 12 yards short of the first down. So we'll have a 4th and long either way here. 19 seconds left to play when we get back to action. And what does Magic City do here? Do they call a timeout? Because the clock will start rolling again here once this injury is resolved.
Yeah, part of me wants to say yes. They're going to call timeout to give themselves at least the punt and probably a play to put the ball in the end zone. Now, is that going to happen? You know, they're up by 15. Are they just satisfied with it and they go into the half, with a 15-point lead and
worth noting that the rain really hasn't stopped the whole game. It hasn't been a heavy rain, but it hasn't stopped raining.
It's been one of those annoying rains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it makes for a wet ball, a wet track, and that's where injuries like this happen.
Sure.
Well, Carnes walking off the field. Little assistance initially, but he's on his own power, walking off. Helmet is off. Again, if both he and Glenn Woods don't return in the second half, it's going to make for a very long game for the Gladiators.
Yeah, two guys that Bradenton really needs to be out would be pretty tough for them.
It would put a significant workload, presumably, on Chris Hall, who we also saw carry the ball earlier successfully for them, if he's going to have to carry it on every running play. Bradenton is lined up to punt. We'll have 19 seconds left when the clock starts rolling here as the officials get set. Still some substitutions coming in for both teams. So the refs have not signaled to restart yet. And let's see if that comes now. Still waiting on that call. Now we get it. And the clock isn't rolling. So they're going to have plenty of time to get this kick. Magic City does not need to take a timeout. Lay with the punt. It's a short one, but it's up and away. Fielded at the 25-yard line. And it's Johnny Johnson with that, and he fumbles it, or is he caught? I'm not sure what he did there, Billy, but at any rate, it was picked up by Magic City and taking it down the other sideline, and not much left to beat.
Yeah.
I can't see. It's down to the 24-yard line, but it took a lot of time, Billy Gahagan, and that will do it for the half. I don't understand what exactly the plan was there, but with 19 seconds left, it didn't work.
I think the plan was clear. We had to make a house call, and it just didn't appear that he had enough to get himself in the end zone.
Did he fumble it back there, or was that a lateral?
I missed it.
It was a lateral, they're saying. Okay, so if it was a lateral, it was a hell of a lateral, and it got another 50 yards as a result, but left him short, and with no time left. That went as well as it could have for the Gladiators at that point.
I'm still just trying to.
What a finish to that half!
Unbelievable.
29-14, your score at halftime in the Alliance Bowl. The Magic City Bulls leading the Bradenton Gladiators in this one. Everyone walking off that field a little slow right now. Not a lot of hustle into the locker room. I think the wet weather, a couple of late injuries there to Bradenton, kind of have the Gladiators a little on their heels.
What just happened?
I'm still trying to figure it out myself. What's happened is we're going to take a quick break because it's halftime, and then we're gonna bring in a special individual who's here with us in the press box here at Municipal Stadium and talk a little bit about what he's doing these days. You may recognize this name. I know I did. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to take a break and be back in just a couple of minutes. But they've always talked about could they eventually bowl it in if they want, and they could. And you know, the NAIA is playing their national championship here now next year, which is that's low, very low level than the others. But they figured that I was talking with Billy about it. He said that like the Division II and Division III title games are a good candidate to come here at some point because of that. So
I'm surprised at just for lighting. I guess it's lit it well, the lights.
yeah, it's they've got a good little system out here and a lot of room to grow. I mean, there's so much other property out here. They could turn this into a big complex if they ever wanted to. I live here in town